Hello everyone, Josh here. Hope you're having an incredible day. Now in today's video I want to talk to you about the number one thing that you need to be focusing on in this current climate. The number one thing that you need to be focusing on to ensure the longevity of your team and your business, and to ensure that you stay resilient and recession proof potentially in the face of a really tough market. And that thing today that I want to talk to you about is cash flow, and really focusing on where your money is going and coming from. So when times are great and money's flowing really freely, look, you can put your money into things that are not business critical. But when times are tough, and we're really facing some tough times at the moment, potentially going into recession, and we're really going through an incredible unforeseen crisis at the moment. As a business leader or a business owner, you really need to be super focused on your money and your cash flow. And look, this may seem obvious to you, but today, and I've spoken to plenty of business owners and plenty of business leaders, and their money mindset and their focus just isn't where it needs to be, and that is on the cash. I was having a discussion with someone I work with in the urban development space recently, and they were talking about there was a variation on the table for about $12,000 to $15,000, and it was going to be a hard conversation with the client, and they were leaning towards not having that conversation with the client because they didn't want to have a hard discussion. And it was a legitimate variation. There was no if, buts or maybes. It was a legitimate thing the client had asked them to do. And they were concerned or scared to have that conversation with their client because of having a difficult or uncomfortable conversation. But when I brought it to their attention that in this market, $12,000 to $15,000, actually one of their team members' salary for, let's call it 3 months, completely changed their mindset, and they were like, oh, well, it's a no-brainer. I've got to go and talk to the client because at the moment we've got to focus on cash. Cash is king, and if I can get that $12,000 or $15,000 variation and have that person working on that variation for 2 or 3 months, that keeps someone in my team employed and working on stuff that is billable. But without that prompt from me, and that's what today's video is, a prompt from me to go, where are you not focusing on your cash? Where are you letting cash slip through your fingers for fear of having a potentially difficult or uncomfortable conversation with a client? Where are you allowing money to kind of slip by? And like I said, when time's really good and cash is flowing, that sort of stuff, that's okay to spend money on this or that because you're making good quality money. But in times of crisis or times of potentially moving into a recession, you really, your number one focus as a business leader or a business owner is on your cash flow. Where can you pick up some more work? How can you go and talk to a potential or an existing client and just jag a little bit more work, a couple of days a week, extra, ongoing for someone in your team? Where can you really focus on money coming back in the door, your debtors, really looking at that cash flow and cash collection? And where are you letting money slip by because you're afraid of having hard conversations with clients, which at the end of the day, the money is better in your pocket than theirs. So that's the crux of today's video. Where are you letting money slip by? Where are you potentially allowing your money sabotages or your money blocks to stop you from really carefully analyzing and looking at your cash flow? In a crisis, in a recession, cash is king, and those who have more cash reserves and can manage their cash flow better are the ones that will win in this environment. So the main takeaway from today's video, really look at your cash, look at your cash flow. If you're not a business owner, but you're a team leader, where can you really focus on ensuring that your team is collecting all the cash they can and putting their hand up when they're getting asked to do extra work and collecting that as a variation. Focus on the cash, focus on your dollars through this period, and you will win. Have an amazing day. Love to hear your thoughts or comments on this video. Have an amazing day.